I was watching my grandchildren playing recently, and they were playing with this box. It was the box that the toy came in. I know all of the parents and grandparents watching this can totally relate to this experience. You spend all of the money on all of the toys, and all they want is the box that it came in, right? Well, this got me thinking back on when I was growing up and how I thought that we were rich. Not just like, oh, we're doing okay. No, in my little mind, I basically thought we were like the Rockefellers because we had an in-ground pool. We had tennis courts, massive playground, best swings on it, the biggest slide, the coolest monkey bars, like everything. And we had this amazing sprawling backyard that I would just do, somersaults and cartwheels and pick four-leaf clovers and catch butterflies and just run around and play on like kids do. And we had these pine trees that lined the whole yard. To my child's eye, it looked like it went on for miles, these pine trees. And we would climb them like all the way up to the top and just sway back and forth in the branches. And yes, I definitely got grounded for climbing those pine trees like that. But anyhow, I'm getting sidetracked by my memories. Let me get back to the point. My kid brain, all of those things meant we had it made. What I didn't realize was that we actually lived in a 900 square foot apartment. It was, garden style apartments where there's 4 apartments to each unit and they're all connected. Yeah. And what's even crazier is that my parents slept on a pull-out couch in the living room so that my brother and I could each have our own bedroom. Even crazier part is I never noticed. I never felt like we were lacking in anything, like not even once. All I could see was everything that we had. Here's the thing. Looking back now, I realize that what I saw, or maybe better yet, what I didn't see, is exactly the kind of perspective Jesus was talking about when he said, "Truly, I tell you, unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven." Kids don't stress out over square footage. They don't tally up what they don't have compared to what somebody else has. They are not worried about image or comparison or control. They trust, they receive, and they just celebrate what's there instead of mourning what isn't. I think somewhere along the way, we got talked out of that childlike view. We're told to grow up and to start striving and to start measuring ourselves by bigger houses and fancier cars and titles and shinier achievements. But Jesus says, no, come back. Come back to that simple trust that says, I have a Father who loves me. He will provide. I have what I need, even if it's not everything I want. It's a different kind of richness, right? It's the kind that you cannot lose when the economy crashes or when life falls apart or when the world tells you that you're not enough. It is the richness of being his child. So maybe today, if you're feeling like you don't measure up or if you're worried about what you lack, maybe it's time to climb back up into that pine tree, metaphorically. Please don't do that. We don't need to be breaking a hip. And remember what it's like to see life through the eyes of a child again. And remember, using your child's eyes to look at everything around you will remind you that you are already rich beyond measure. Okay, I'm going to give you a homework assignment. You don't actually have to do it if you don't want to. Think back on some of your childhood memories and think about how you viewed things then versus how you view those same events or feelings or experiences now, and think about what's different in them. And if you want to share it in the comments, I would love to hear about it. Okay, bye.
If you've ever looked around and thought, this isn't normal and it sure isn't biblical, you're not alone. And guess what? You're not crazy, you're discerning. That's why I wrote Truth Bombs and Grace Grenades, a bold, unapologetic book for believers who are done being silent while the world screams lies. From gender confusion to political idolatry, from woke theology to spiritual apathy, we're hitting it all, straight on, straight up, and backed by scripture. This isn't a rage-fueled rant, it's a rally cry, a wake-up call to stop apologizing compromising and start boldly living out the gospel. Whether you're a new believer or a disillusioned disciple trying to find your footing again, this book is for you. It's packed with truth bombs, grace-filled strategies, and practical tools to help you speak truth with love, raise warriors, not worriers, dismantle lies with biblical clarity, and rebuild with grit, grace, and gospel power. The culture doesn't need more compromise. It needs courageous Christians. So if you're ready to push back against the chaos with bold faith and real truth, grab your copy of Truth Bombs and Grace Grenades on May 6, 2025. Let's shake things up with truth and grace.